guys, welcome back to another video on the Trench Reaper channel. Today what I have for you is a gear overview of my uniform and the gear that I wear. So first we're going to be starting with headgear. So over here we have my Feldmutzen from Hessian Antique. It's in field gray wool, red piped with the black band for pioneer troops. Inside there's all the information, including the size. Then I have my Pickelhaube. It's a pretty cheap Indian replica, so you know, not too proud of that really, but you know, it's got cheap cover, but you know, it just gets the point across of what you could wear. I suggest a better replica though. Here we have my Gaeta helmet from IMA, which is very heavy. I do not suggest wearing this if you ever do any reenacting ever, mainly just as a display piece, but you know, that's it. And you got the Stahlhelm, of course. This is a model 1916, but in later events you could wear something like the 17 and 18. Alright, next up, as you can see, I have all of my field gear. The main important thing for your field gear, of course, is your belt. Here, this is a Hessian one, nice leather, and your belt buckle, because that is what everything attaches to. Then, so these are M88, I believe, ammo pouches instead of the 1909 ones. Then this is the model 1914, the wartime version of the bread bag instead of the pre-war tan bread bag. Here's my Canteen from Hessian. The strap is an okay quality. I won't say it's too nice, but it works. Here's my bayonet. This is a pioneer version, so it has the sawback, which I'll show you guys later. Here's my entrenching tool, which has the leather carrier, the other ammo pouch, and then a replica bread bag strap that attaches to the back of these ammo pouches. And then I'll compare that bread bag strap to an original later. Okay, I almost forgot to film this part of the video, but I'll compare these two bread bag straps. So the darker one, you can clearly see, is an original World War II one, which is similar to the World War I one. So I'll compare how they are, like this quality. Well, this Hessian one is compared to this one. So first, I guess I'll start on the end over here. With an original one, it's not as big as a loop looking thing like the one on the Hessian version. Also, the Hessian one is a different size than originals. The stitching on the original is the replica's got that down pretty good. Similar rivet, shapes similar. Then you come down here to this little metal piece. This one is rounded and more cylindrical, and this one's more boxy and flattened, as you can see. And then the stitching's a bit different here and there. Up here you could see that they copied this stitching pretty nicely. It's kind of different is the fact that when you're tightening this strap down here, and once you hit this part where there's all the stitching, it's thicker than the normal part, as you can see there. So it kind of gets tougher to tighten it down. But on this Hessian one, they're just about the same size. Then here on this other metal bit, you can see same thing again. This one's more rounded, and then this one's more flat and boxy. Down here, again, similar stitching. That's really the difference between this replica and these original World War II ones. What would I recommend? Well, if you want to match your colors with like your bread bag and stuff, definitely go with a Hessian one. But if you want something that looks really authentic, and if you want to actually put time maybe into changing the color by dyeing it, definitely go with an original. You could buy them on IMA for like $13. So those are the differences. They're not too bad. The Hessian one is a pretty decent replica, so yeah. Now I'll show you how to set up your gear. So first you're gonna start with your belt right here, and then you're gonna take ammo pouch and just add that on to this end with a clasp. And if you haven't seen these 1888 pouches, they have this ring here for your bread bag strap, and these little tabs that go through the hole, and then onto this little peg down here to secure them to your belt. So that's what you start off with, that pouch. Then you go all the way to the other side and you grab your bayonet and your entrenching tool. Now for these, what you're gonna want to do is, when putting them on, you're gonna want to have your bayonet frog in between the two loops on the carrier, and I'll demonstrate that now. Here we have my belt. Put this through this loop first. Let's do that. And take your bayonet, stick that through there, and you take the rest of your belt, send it through this loop down here, pull that, and then send this gear all the way around. And then to secure the bayonet and the entrenching tool, you take this strap, which is on the cover for your entrenching tool, bring this around, and then under, and then you go back over, cross it here, and there's a little buckle over here that you just send that through. Try to make sure that your bayonet doesn't move on you. Send the rest of the strap through the loop. There we go. Straighten that out. And now your bayonet and feldspatting are attached. Then you get to the rest of the belt where you attach the bread bag. So you could either unbutton this, or you could just slide it on the end, which I like to do because when you get a new bread bag, the buttons are pretty tough. So for right now, just slide that on. Then you got this hook here, which just goes around the back, hooks on right there. Then for the bread bag, you can attach your canteen. So there's this clip here, and there's the ring here. Just clip that on. Then to secure it even more so it doesn't flop around, send this through the loop down here. Pull that, reattach it there so it doesn't move around. Then I'll put on my second ammo pouch. Here it is. Make sure slide everything down a bit so there's room. And just make sure that these tabs get through here onto the peg. When you're doing this, make sure that your ring isn't stuck behind the belt, because then you'll have to take it off when you're attaching your bread bag strap. Slide this one through here and on, and then you attach belt buckle onto your waist tab, whichever one or your size. Slide that on the end. Just pop it through the holes there. So now that belt is attached. And finally, take your bread bag strap, attach it here on that one, and then you attach it down here on this one. And that is a full setup of your field gear. Now I'll get on to the two types of gas masks you could use. You could use either this one, which comes in a tin, model 1917, which is made out of a suede leather with some flimsy, cheap sort of lens pieces, sadly, with the spider eye inside. Or you can use the model 1915, which is made of a canvas. Doesn't have the spider eyes in it, and it's all made of canvas. Has a less as cheap eyepiece, stronger. So yeah. The Gumi Mask 15, that's what it's called, can be used either in this bag, which I do enjoy the bag, but if you just have the can, you can just put it in a can. It fits in either one. That just slides down, kind of tuck it in. So it could just fit in the can or in your bag, but I prefer the bag over the can, mainly because I could just wear it on the front and the belt, and this thing, when it's hanging off the back, will clang around and make a lot of noise, so I prefer the bag because it's quieter. Now we'll get on to the actual uniform itself, starting with the pants down here. These are just the M15 style of pant. They have this tightening belt on the back, many buttons for suspenders, which I'll be getting a pair, 2 pockets, on each side, which just close with a button. Then a hidden fly, which is buttoned up on the front. Then here's my Model 15 tunic, which I added an Iron Cross second class ribbon and then the Iron Cross first class up there. I have the Pioneer shoulder boards to go with my Feldmutzen. This has the green collar, and I bought this tunic from Hessian. Now they've stopped producing the green collars, and they have the proper different shade of green. It's more of like the field gray green than this World War II M36 type of green. Down here, you have two pockets, one on each side, which pretty nice. Just putting anything you might need in them, with these crowned buttons. Then on the side you have one of your hooks for your belt, which helps support it. And then on the back you can see another part where you could support your belt, which is these little crown hooks. And then this comes down and you have these flaps, which are similar to the ones on the early war. They just don't have all the red piping. Then on the inside of the tunic, if I just open this up, you can see that there are multiple pockets on the inside. Here's one of the pockets. This is a field dressing pocket for bandages. And then over here we have another pocket, which I'm pretty sure is for the sold book. I don't know. But this whole thing on the inside is fully lined, which is pretty nice. Now I'll get on to my footwear. If you saw my last video, you saw that I had unboxed these nice jack boots. These are the low ankle ones, as you can tell, because they have the laces. And then because they're the low boot, I wear these putties with them. And basically what this does is it wraps up your leg till around the top of the calf, and that helps support the boot. And these are just all leather. I still gotta put some snow seal on them to waterproof them so I could wear them outside. And these have a nice rough out leather to them, as you can see. They're essentially all leather except for on the bottom and on the inside of the shoe, but other than that, they're a nice pair of boots. And now on to the final part, where I will show you my whole uniform. So, here I am in all of my gear. Up top, got my Stahlhelm and gas mask. I attached the gas mask bag down onto the belt for easy access. On my back, I have my bread bag and entrenching tool and bayonet. Up here, we have my ammo pouches, and on my feet, I have my putties and boots. For the bayonet, I'll show you guys that nice sawback right there, which is pretty nice. And then everything on the gear just rests on these hooks, and then the hooks on the back there. So if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like up. If you want to see me actually using this gear in like an airsoft battle or something, Make sure to comment and subscribe for that. And if there's any piece of gear you want me to do a video on individually, just let me know down in the comments. This has been the Trench Reaper, signing off.